Hello, dear fellow Singaporeans. My name is Nitin. Contrary to the general belief that Singapore is one of the least corrupt countries in the world, the ground reality, unfortunately, is something else. If you think that the amount of corruption involved in the recent scandals linked to organizing the Formula One race in Singapore is big, hold your breath. That's not even a dot on the tip of an iceberg. The cancer of corruption in Singapore has already spread since decades. Hundreds of millions of dollars of Singaporeans' hard earned money, including our reserves, are being misappropriated. If we do not act and revolt on a war footing basis to stop the loot, it will be too late. Singaporeans will remain the slaves of the corrupt for life, and the damages will be irreparable and irreversible. Singapore, my dear friends, is in crisis. Don't just go by the glitters of the high rise buildings and the casinos in Singapore to assume that our future is bright. By means of corruption, the cost of living in Singapore is intentionally jacked up so that Singaporeans have to struggle the entire life and the corrupt can keep making money for their entire life. We are directly or indirectly forced to keep quiet so that the corrupt can keep looting our nation because whether we like it or not, currently Singapore is a mafia state. Only Singaporeans can save themselves from the swamp of the corruption misdeeds. We need to fight against corrupt tactics. Nobody will help us. We may not even get support easily, but we must come together and put up a fight. The first step is to understand that the statement that Singapore is incorruptible is the purest form of nonsense. We should not even trust the international rating agencies as they also rely on donations. They are in conflict. I plan to bring to you a series of eye opening presentations about high level corruption in Singapore. Just for clarity, I am neither a politician nor do I have any inclination to join politics. Over several decades, I have witnessed the loot. I have understood the corrupt. I have tried to stop corruption in Singapore, but as individuals, we cannot do much. I have suffered because I refused to be the scapegoat of the corruption system. My life has been ruined. I am a victim of corruption. So I will bring to you real life corruption examples so that we can together expose the corrupt and take them to task. My objective is very simple: protect Singapore from the corrupt. My vision is very straightforward: corruption free Singapore in true sense, not just fake showcasing. My mission is focused: eradicate corruption from Singapore. My recommendations are powerful: extremely severe punishment with zero tolerance for the high level corrupt and government corruption cover up agents. You may have a question now: can't the government tackle corruption? Unfortunately, the answer is no. And the reason is that because they are directly or indirectly part and parcel of the corrupt system. I not only have the evidence, but I also have the proof. The politicians are intentionally ignoring the facts. They are not investigating the crucial cases. They are covering it up. They are conflicted, hence, they have become corruption cover up agents. The Constitution of the Republic of Singapore is being openly violated. Many people in power lacks integrity, ethics and professionalism. Do not trust them at all. Various government organizations who are supposed to focus on investigation of corruption are being misused for their hidden political and personal agenda and not working for the well-being of Singapore. The rule of law is intentionally ignored. They are manipulating the law. In my next presentation, I will provide you examples of real corruption scandals in Singapore, the magnitude of the massive loot that is involved, and the way they have successfully covered it up till now. We will understand why we cannot rely on government agencies. We will understand how to protect our interest, how to protect ourselves, and how to protect Singapore from corruption, and how to force the politicians to reduce the cost of living in Singapore via corruption eradication. Friends, a country where politicians are corrupt, the president is conflicted due to his past involvements, where judges don't hesitate to do injustice, where lawyers are liars and the auditors are on sale, and where the government organizations work not for Singapore but to please those politicians who have a hidden agenda. Trust me, the downfall of that nation is imminent. So it's my humble prayer to all of you. Keep in touch, be bold, support each other, know the fact, share the facts, and join the fight against corrupt tactics. For the sake of this nation, please forward this presentation to as many people as you can. It impacts all those who are living in Singapore and all those who are dealing with Singapore. Until then, take care, be vigilant, be reminded, ignoring corruption is dangerous. Thank you so much, and signing off is Nitin Dave.